Hi, welcome to The Skinny. This is Kelly, and yesterday at the Weight Watcher scale was bad. It was, let me put it to you this way. I came close to gaining what I gained when I went to Spain and gained 6 pounds. I actually gained 4.8 and I blame her. I blame you.
Okay.
She drugged me kicking and screaming.
I gained the scale, which, and I'll explain later.
She'll do some splaining.
Wait a minute. I gained 5.6. We had, which down 97.6. That being said, I called Kelly on I think it was like Tuesday, and I said
we'd already had the weekend of events. I mean,
and there was still more to come during the week. And I said, I need a break. I said, she's like, huh? And I said,
yeah.
I need a break from tracking. I need a break from planning. I just need a break. And I said, she's like, and I really expected her to just melt down and panic, because a year ago she would have. And actually, I would never have even suggested this. No,
she would have done it in secret and not told me.
No, I actually wouldn't have done it. I would have been too afraid that I wouldn't be able to get back. I mean, you know, that whole, I mean, going on a vacation where you're out of town is one thing. But at home and choosing to, like, not do those things for a week. It was something I don't know that I would have done a year ago. Just went, I'm just not going to track, and I'm not going to plan, and I'm not going to this, and I'm not going to that.
I would have flipped out.
I mean, to actually say that I'm not going to do that. And I have to say.
So, and how did I respond?
You were like, okay. And I said, I don't expect you to do this with me. This is something that I'm choosing to do.
Come on, you know I'm going to do it.
It's up to you. I mean, it's up to you. I was never going to
I'm going to watch her eat Grater's ice cream? I don't think so. I think not.
So that being said, it was really nice to have a break.
It was.
I mean, you know, of course you're never thrilled with the weight gain, but I was not upset by it. I was okay with it. I needed a break.
You did. You know, and I
felt really good.
When I saw 4.8, I was unthrilled. I mean, I was not happy.
Sure.
But I did not beat myself up. I went into it with my eyes wide open.
And I know I'll lose it this week.
And frankly, I was like, my first thought was, that's close to what I gained when we went to Spain.
But I did when we did 5 events.
And we did. But when I went to Spain last time we went to Spain, I gained 6 pounds and I took it off the following week, all of it. So I'm like, you know what? That's my goal. My goal is to take it off this week. And I am like super motivated right now.
Did you? Well, and I think I'm super motivated. And I'm not going to say I would recommend anybody do this.
Oh no, gosh!
I would never tell people to ever do that.
If she said, like, if literally a week from now or 2 weeks from now or a month from now, she said, "I need another break," I'd flip out.
Not going to happen.
I would flip out.
But I mean, I needed that. That was like the craziest thing for me to say that. But I learned something about myself for doing that. Yeah. And I think the biggest lesson I learned was that I could do that. And I'm not in any worry or concern about going back to my old ways.
But I think that's because we've been doing this for so long, you know.
Maybe, but that was really good knowledge for me to really truly feel like that's not a worry for me. I am never concerned about going back to who I was.
Well, you know, I think we talked about this. We all make decisions we make decisions about our journey, about our plan, about all kinds of things when we do this weight loss journey. You decide whether you drink more water than not. You decide whether you drink Diet Pop or not. You decide whether you're doing simply filling or SPs.
You decide if you're manually tracking or tracking on your phone.
Yeah.
You decide whether you're working out or not. You decide how you work this plan. You decide if you're going no carb. You decide if you're going vegetarian, no dairy. Everybody makes decisions every single day about how they're working the plan.
And it's so interesting that this plan, as simple and set as it is, can be worked so many ways. And I think that's the beauty of Weight Watchers.
Yes.
Is that it is what it is. It's a plan, and this is the plan.
There's two major ways to work it.
But the beauty of it is that you can work it in a way that fits your life and that you're happy with and be successful.
Yes.
And I think millions of people are proof of that. Because
Yes.
we don't all work it the same way.
We don't. And we don't always recommend that people work it how we work it.
Not at all.
Because there are people who have been more successful and lost their weight way quicker than we have.
Oh, yeah.
And have been super successful in their journey.
Yep.
And work out and do things differently. And that has been their journey,
Yep.
and they have been successful.
Everybody's is different.
Everybody's is going to be different. You're going to work it how you're going to live it.
Yep.
And that's what we do.
Right.
And you need to find your way to do that and what's going to work best for you.
Because those decisions, I think the decisions you make and the changes you make along your journey are the decisions that help you get to goal
And then stay there.
because that's the end result. The end result is you want to get there,
Yep.
but you want to stay there. So it's like you change up your plan over the years. Gosh, I think 3.5 years, how we have changed and morphed, and the decisions that we've made along our journey.
Sure. And I will say, if we made some different decisions, we might be a goal right now.
Maybe.
I mean, we really could be, honestly. But I think that we don't regret how we've done it.
No.
I don't have any regrets about how I've done it.
No, because if I
think
had
it worked for me.
regrets, I would
You would have made some changes.
I would have made some changes that maybe I felt like weren't necessarily how I want to do it. But the end result is I've got to think about how I want to do it and live it, because I have to live it.
Well, one of the things I did really discover on the week off, I had a lot of time to really think about some things. And one of the things has been, I've really, really missed tracking on my phone. I have to say.
It's a control thing.
So I have figured out a way that I can do Smart Points and Simply Filling and track on my phone. And actually,
I was like, I'm going to figure it out.
and I have. Here's what I'm doing. And on Monday, we will be both eating. She's going to go with me as well on Monday.
Yeah.
We're going to be eating Simply Filling on Monday. And so I have already tracked my day for Simply Filling, and it's points. But I know, since I'm more experienced at Simply Filling, I know which items are Simply Filling and which are the green circle. And I'm just paying for them with points. And I'm still doing a 30-point day, but it's a Simply Filling 30-point day.
Right.
So that's how I have figured out a way that I can still utilize my phone, still do Simply Filling, still do Tuesdays and do Smart Points as well, kind of do both. And each day, I'm just going to figure out the night before, what do I want to do tomorrow? I have options for both in my house. Which one am I going to do tomorrow? Yeah. And I'm just going to plan and do it. I may do Simply Filling meals during the day. It may not, breakfast may not be Simply Filling, but lunch and dinner might. I mean, I think I'm just going to work it and try some things and see how they work for me. But it gives me the ability to track on my phone again, and I need that. It's just something I've discovered that
I need to be in control.
And some people really don't need that. Some people really like paper tracking. They feel more in control doing it that way. And I feel more control using my phone. I missed having that available to me.
Oh,
I really did.
She was going through withdrawal.
I think
Sometimes
I was.
I wonder if that withdrawal is what made you just say,
Made me go rogue.
I think it just made you go rogue and throw up your hands. I wonder if that did it.
No, but I had a great week, though. And looking back, I had a phenomenal week.
It was a great week. We had so many events, and it was so nice.
It was fun.
But in all honesty, I was looking forward to Saturday.
Well,
and to my reset
Friday.
day.
Friday, I couldn't really wait for reset day and to go to our meeting, have the meeting, which we discovered we missed the meeting the week before because we had a wedding to go to.
Yeah.
And they had talked about reset day. We started howling when we found out that was the topic. We're like, man, it should have been this week's topic.
Yeah, because we were both raring to go and back on plan because, again, I think there is, and we've said this before, an element of control when you're on plan.
There is.
You're a control freak, which for you, being on plan makes, and to some degree, I can be a control freak about certain things.
Yeah.
I'm a control freak about my food and how I'm eating, and this is just, it's been so long, this is just me. This is my life. And when we went off the rails like that, it just, I enjoyed my events and the time, but at the same time, I was like, I wanted my control back.
But I am going to say, you still made some decisions that trying to figure out the best way to put this. when you were making your decisions while we were off plan and just doing what we wanted, they were still way different from the decisions you would have made 5 years ago.
Oh, yeah.
So there were things that you still did differently.
I did. Off the rails now compared to
way different
off
from off
the rails then.
before.
Oh my gosh, and then some.
Way different.
You and I, like, one of the events, we went out and celebrated a friend's birthday. We split a meal.
We did.
And we did get dessert, but we split it.
So it's just different.
It's different, but it's definitely when you get to a certain weight level and you go off the rails like you did, you're gonna gain.
You're gonna gain because I mean, it's different when you're going off the rails and you weigh 258 pounds than when you weigh 158 or whatever, or 57 or whatever it is.
Yeah,
I think it's whatever. Mm-hmm. There is a difference between what going off the rails means and what. It really is. So I mean, I have to say this was an interesting experience, and I'm glad we did it.
I'm glad it's over.
I had a great time.
I did have a great time.
And I did figure some things out. So here's what my recommendation is to everybody. Don't just randomly choose to go off the rails. I mean, everybody needs to really think about that.
I don't recommend it.
We don't recommend
4.8.
Just saying.
Not loving that.
But one of the things I do recommend is sit down and I think make a list. Or not even a list, just write down the things about the plan that you do faithfully. The things for you that are like the most important. And this is like, for me, I track on my phone. I like that. That is part of who I am. Mm-hmm. I plan really, really well. Are there things, and then I need to do this again. I need to sit down again and really make the list of things I really want to work on. Yeah. And because I really have figured out there are some things that
heck yeah.
I do. And there are some things I need to keep rolling with because they're just me part of my life forever. And that's just, I'm always going to track on my phone. I'm always going to plan things. I'm going to now, obviously a new thing for me will be we'll be doing simply filling days in my week. That will be something I will stick with because I really do think that that's going to be very helpful to both of us.
I think there's definitely a place for that. For simply filling in our journey because we did see benefits to it.
We really did. And I felt good on it.
Yeah.
I felt physically, I felt good, because you're getting some of that sugar out. And, and it makes me look ahead to the things I really want to work on, which is getting rid of diet soft drinks. I know that's coming for me. I know that's one of those things that's going to come for me that I really do want to work on.
That's a huge
water
thing for us
is always something I want to work on. And I'm thinking I've got some strategies in place. We just had a store open in our basically a little kind of like a cafe in the building I'm in that will allow me to maybe try to work on some of those things, to be able to get access to some drinks that aren't diet and don't have that in it, and then I kept really super cold and might encourage me to start doing that.
Water.
We flavored water, things like that. So I'm gonna work on it. I'm a work in progress. I truly have realized
we're all a work in progress
during this week that I am a work in progress, and I hope I'm always going to continue to be that.
Well, and I think the plan is also a work in progress for everybody because it's so weird. I'll think back to when we first started this journey 3.5 years ago. It just seems crazy sometimes when I think about it, and I'm like, even the first year how I worked it is different from how I worked it the second year. It's different how I worked it the third year. And it's so crazy because sometimes I can't even remember. But all I remember from my first year is being so motivated at the same time fearful.
Yeah.
I remember.
What if I go back?
That and
I was always
every day was a challenge and a new day, but there was like, can I do this? Am I gonna do this? Am I gonna give up? And there was always that fear that I would one day just wake up and give up. And then all those fears as the journey went on lessened.
Yeah.
And I became less fearful of making food decisions. Yeah. And it came down to now I don't fear it like I did. I don't fear taking a break. But I'll be honest with you, I probably would not do that until we're going to Eastern Europe next year, and that's probably when I'll take my next break.
Oh, hey, got till April.
I might take a day here and there. Everybody has their
but
takes
an
a day
entire week where you don't. And actually, that's going to be more like 10. I'm at like 10 or 12 days. Maybe 2 weeks. So.
Well, and I expect that when I go on vacation.
But you'll be walking
like
a lot,
but
circumstances are different.
I never would have done a lot of those things before. I mean, we would go on big vacations and do it in the past, but there was always that worry and stress in the back of my mind that, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I'll get back from vacation and I won't get back on. I
Yeah.
won't get back on.
I don't worry about that anymore.
I don't.
I mean, I looked at Kelly the other day and I said, sometimes I don't remember that person before. I physically don't remember what being in that body felt like. I
Agreed.
honestly do not
Agreed.
even remember that. And I look at pictures of myself and I'm like, I don't remember how that my body felt.
Yeah,
At all.
That I've forgotten
Which
how
kind of-
uncomfortable
kind
I
of-
was.
Kind of was really hard because I really liked Kim before. I liked her. I liked the person I was. And it almost makes me sad that not say, it doesn't sound right. I guess sad's not the best word. I guess I just kind of feel, that part of me has really left. And I liked who I was, but I didn't like how I felt every day. I didn't like how I felt in my skin.
I didn't like looking in the mirror, and I didn't like
No.
having a picture taken, and
Buying
I didn't,
clothes, those
I
kind
just
of
wasn't
things.
comfortable in my physical,
Yes.
as my physical self.
It
And
seems so long ago.
yeah, and somebody said to me the other day, I forgot what you used to look like. I don't even remember that person, and it was
I
weird.
don't either.
And I don't
I mean, when
either,
it's
yeah.
you and you don't remember how physically you felt.
But it's not even been that long.
It
and I
hasn't,
still-
but it feels like it has.
It does feel like it has. And I'll look at pictures because, we'll go through pictures that we have, and it is it's a little weird sometimes.
It is a
It's
little weird. So,
how your feelings about those things change.
So
Like
now,
everything changes.
that being said, you are still really close to goal. So if
Yes.
you can get down, lose what you've gained this week.
If you don't drag me to graders again,
You get graders, what, twice a year? Oh, come on.
and I had it twice this week. I'm not gonna
So
lie.
you're kind of done.
It was delicious.
See, there you go. You're kind of done. So here's the thing. So now, aren't you really excited and motivated to just get there now?
I am.
Don't
I
you kind of
am.
feel like you're ready to just get there now?
Yes. Yes.
So get this week behind you, kind of get back to where you were, and
Well,
plug ahead.
I've made a goal. I've made an effort not. I think just over the years too. I don't beat myself up. Doesn't do any good.
It
You know,
doesn't.
all it does is I'll use unmotivate, demotivate, whatever you want to say. It's not helpful.
It's not helpful.
It's you just have to say to yourself, move it along. This is not helpful. This negativity is not
It's
helpful.
not helpful. It's
and,
not.
And you've always got to look at the bright side. I've got to look at, okay, what did I learn from this? Instead of
I learned a
saying,
lot from it.
instead of saying, you idiot, why did you do that? I say, you know what? You did it. Yeah, you're not happy with 4.8.
But you figured some things out about yourself.
You're not happy with 4.8 gain, but you know what? You're happy that you're super motivated to go on to the next week, and you'll take it off pretty quickly. So, that's what I say to myself instead of, why did you do that?
If she's like, why did you make me do that?
Well, that's because I'm always teasing
Yeah.
you, and I like
My-
to make you feel guilty.
My mom, oh my god,
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Our mom, we would go somewhere and we would have dinner out or something, and she would eat something, and she would look at me. She goes, "Why did you let me eat that?" Can you hear her? Can you just hear her?
She'd say, why did you make me eat
Yeah,
that?
why did you make me eat that?
That she was hilarious. Our mom really had a great
But
sense of humor.
when she died, though, she was like a size 4.
Yeah, but
4 or
she,
6
but
or
she would
something like
always
that.
say that. Why did
She
you
was
make
tiny.
me eat this? And so sometimes I'll say that to Kim because it's funny.
It is funny
she'll
because you
go,
can just hear my
"Why
mom's
did you make
voice in
me
my
eat
head.
that?" I felt that way when I had graders, and I think I might have said that to you.
Oh yeah, probably. It was delicious.
Just saying.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
delicious, and the carrot cake was delicious too.
Oh my.
Do
Even
we
though I
need-
only had
I
half.
don't think we need to rehash all that we ate over the week. It's gone.
But we had really, really fun events. And I
did.
think the majority of our big events happened in the last 2 weeks. So I think we're down to where they're pretty minimal. They're like the 4th of July, Memorial Day, which those aren't really
We're going
too
to
much for us.
Nashville.
We're going to Nashville for a weekend, but I'm really not
Not worried about
super
that.
concerned about that one.
The only day we're going to a restaurant we do love in Nashville, and we usually
It's one
do that
meal.
Sunday on the way out of town.
Yeah,
and
so
we'll
I'm not so
plan
concerned
that,
about that.
and make it work.
So yeah, so that I'm not too worried about because it's somewhere you've been. It's always going to the new places that can be really difficult because you really do, especially if it's a new country or a new city that
You wanna
has
try.
different foods that they're known for those things. You really want to try them because it's part of the experience. But we've
there's
been to
different-
Nashville many times, so
Yeah.
it's really not.
Well, there's
anything
also
that we're
different ways to really
concerned about.
enjoy that too. Is that's another part of the journey is
The cuisine in
figuring
different
out
places.
how to do those things and enjoy it without going off the rails, and you can do it. You can, you know, you can.
Somebody in our meeting said she went to New Orleans, and what she did was, you know, she sampled some of the things that were local, and she enjoyed small portions of them, but she walked. And that kind of, and she still lost.
Yep.
And she still lost, and that offset it.
Yep. So again, it's decisions you make along the journey
you make.
that kind of make your journey your journey. So so hopefully we will see you next week completely lighter later.
Completely lighter later. How about 4.8 lighter later?
That's what I'm shooting for. So everybody have a great week. Bye.
Bye.